And today, Iranians are actually marching against the United States, protesting President Trump's decision to withdraw from their nuclear deal. Maybe they ought to consider protesting that the $150 billion Obama gave them in cash wasn't used to benefit them, that instead it was used to support both its nuclear development as well as its military budget, which has grown by almost 40%. Now, Obama's Iran deal, make no mistake, destroyed 70 years of bipartisan U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. His delusional deal abandoned Israel and Egypt, the largest Arab country, and alienated the Sunni Muslims, the moderate Arab states, guaranteeing that they would face a nuclear Iran. Iran, of course, the leading state sponsor of terror, exports dangerous missiles and supports terrorist proxies and militias like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Taliban. The idea that it seeks a successful nuclear energy program is absurd to even anyone with half a brain. And as Obama turned his back on the slaughter of Christians and ignored his own red line in the Syria sand, he allowed Russia through this vacuum to become a dominant regional player in the Middle East. Donald Trump's withdrawal from that deal was the United States standing shoulder to shoulder with our ally Israel against the rest of the world. It sent a huge signal to Iran and Shia Muslims that we stood with the more moderate Sunnis. And although Great Britain and France had joined the United States earlier in taking out Syrian weapons facility, they chose to stand with Iran against Israel and the United States. But Trump has reassured the world that his word is worth more than any former U.S. presidents like Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama, who all promised to move the embassy to Jerusalem but didn't deliver. His word is worth more than any treaty and stronger than any UN resolution. He promised and he delivered. Trump not only sends a message to Iran, but to Russia as well, that the U.S. is back as a dominant regional player after the Obama years. He recognizes a reality that everyone else in the West willingly blinds themselves to, and that is that Jerusalem is the one and only capital of Israel. By Trump putting his imprimatur on what has been history for the last 3,000 years, and that is that Jerusalem has been the capital of one people's country or one kingdom. That people is the Jews, and that country is and was Israel. The empires that tried to destroy Israel and its capital, Jerusalem, are long gone. Yet the Jews still speak the same language and practice the same religion, which is the foundation of our Judeo-Christian nation. Donald Trump sent Iranians, who are the descendants of Persia, a message to reflect on their own history, and that it was the king of Persia, who 1,000 years before Muhammad was even born, that said Jerusalem was the capital of the Jewish people's country. There will be no Ottoman empires or Shia nations that will destroy Jerusalem any longer. Donald Trump recognized history. He, like King Cyrus before him, fulfilled the biblical prophecy of the gods worshipped by Jews, Christians, and yes, Muslims, that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish state, and that the Jewish people finally deserve a righteous, free, and sovereign Israel. I couldn't come all the way to Israel and not talk with the wonderful people here, so I hit the streets to ask about the new embassy and Donald Trump. Take a look at Street Justice in Jerusalem. So here I am in Jerusalem on Mamilla Street, doing Street Justice, trying to find out what Israelis think of the American embassy finally opening here in Jerusalem. How do you feel about the embassy opening in Jerusalem?
Very excited.
And what do you think of the president actually doing it?
I think he's a man of his word, and we're very proud of him, and we're very proud of this moment in history.
Do you think it's going to cause more danger in Jerusalem? Is this, teeing it up for some kind of terrorism?
I feel safer in Israel with the Israelis protecting us than anywhere in the world.
What do you think about the American embassy opening in Jerusalem?
I don't need someone tell me that Israel is my capital. Jerusalem is my capital. I know that Jerusalem is my capital and we stay my capital. If Trump like and want to bring the embassy to Jerusalem, he's welcome. Why not?
So what do you think of the embassy opening up in Jerusalem?
It's a great thing for us and a great opportunity for all the friends.
So there you have it from Golda's Restaurant in Jerusalem. Here we are in Jerusalem. Historic week. Embassy's going to open. How do you feel about that?
There's more joy in my heart now than there has been in the last 20 years. I flew in for this.
And Donald Trump?
You know, he's the one who said he was going to do it, and he did it. Don't agree with everything he does. He said he was going to do it, and he did it.
Would you say he's a man of his word?
Absolutely, I would say he's a man of his word, right? He said he was going to do it, and he did it. Are you famous?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's
I'm
good.
infamous. What do you think of President Trump moving the embassy when everyone said that they were, but they never did?
Trump is the best. Trump is a strong man. He knows what he's doing.
What do you think of the fact that the American embassy is now going to be in Jerusalem?
I think it's the most incredible moment ever, and God bless President Trump and Judge Jeanine.
How do you feel about the embassy, the American embassy, being opened up here in
I
Jerusalem?
think it's great. I couldn't believe that Trump is holding on to his word. Every other president was just talking about it, but no one did it. So kol hakavod. You're the Donald.
I am?
You're not. Your hair is much less orange than his.
Yes, thank you.